where we've really been having problems.
One community's learning more tonight about Kansas City's efforts to help the homeless population. The city's got a handful of applications for more than $4.5 million that would go towards a shelter designed to help as many homeless as possible. I'm Lauren Halifax.
And I'm John Holt. But tonight, that approach has neighbors concerned. Fox 4's Kevin Berry live downtown tonight after hearing those concerns from residents of Columbus Park. Kevin?
Yeah, thank you, John and Lauren. That kind of shelter is called a low barrier shelter, and the high level idea is that it would be easy to get into and hard to get kicked out of. It would be helpful for people who don't have other options. But the people who live in the neighborhood where one of those shelters might eventually go are worried about how it might eventually impact their neighborhood.
So one of the main points where they were coming in, obviously it's the most accessible.
It isn't hard to find the signs that squatters have been around the building at the end of Catherine Byram Street in Columbus Park. Margie Valenti lives there too.
It's been ongoing. They come in and then you get them out and then you have more.
City leaders weren't available for an interview today, but they tell me they're working on addressing the underlying issues that make people homeless. The most recent attempt is a $4.7 million grant from the federal government to create what's called a low barrier shelter. It means it would be open around the clock so people who need shelter aren't left without a place to go. It doesn't have any required training or classes to stay there, but it is a place for local organizations to work with homeless people to get the help they need. It also would help collect data about how many people are out on the streets and what they need. One of the nonprofits in Columbus Park that already worked with the homeless population has applied for the $4 million to expand the work it does. The city tells me more services would get to the people who need them. But some of the neighbors, like Russ Moran, are worried more services nearby would mean more people coming through his yard.
I'm not saying everybody is dangerous who comes through, but you know, there are things that happen.
So right now the city is still evaluating those proposals for the $4.5 million. I'm told no decisions have been made so far, but John, some of the community organizers say they want to have a strategy to address some of those community concerns by the spring.
Suspect we'll be hearing more about this as the days go along. Kevin Berry live near downtown tonight. Kevin, thanks.